Welcome back to the Rangers Report. Of course, we're here at Mattrade Loftus Road for the open training session. As always, I'm joined by Andy Sinton. Since, how are we?
Very good. Great to be here. Great to see so many fans in the paddocks watching training. So yeah, all good.
The Rangers Report, of course, is available on all platforms where you get your podcasts, as well as YouTube and qpr.co.uk. Since, let's get straight to it. It's been a somewhat mixed start to the start of the season.
Yeah, mixed start in terms of, I think it was really disappointing the opening day against West Brom. I say really disappointing because I still think everyone connected QPR's getting swept along with the back end of last season, how we finished. But I think it's important for everyone to remember, me included, that it's a fresh start. It's a new season. We have a relatively new squad being put together, lots of new players. It's going to be a bit of time and patience is going to need to be afforded until we hit the ground running. But so West Brom was disappointing from the point of view of losing the game in front of our fans.
And when we scored that opening goal, Lucas Anderson's header from Ryan Colley's cross, optimism around W12 was at a high, wasn't it?
I thought we started well. We scored a brilliant goal, brilliantly well worked goal. Working down the left, Ryan comes in on his right foot, puts a great cross into a dangerous area. Lucas times his run to perfection, great header. And you go, you know what, here we go. We're up and running. But once West Brom got themselves back into the game, I have to be honest, I thought they took control and ran out worthy winners on the day, actually.
But we had a quick chance to bounce back with the first round of the Carabao Cup with a trip to Cambridge, one of your old stomping grounds as well.
Nice to go back, yeah.
And it was a good first 45 minutes. The second half, not as positive. I think Marty was quite clear on that at the end, wasn't it?
No, it was a mixed bag in terms of the performance. First of all, I might be a little bit old school. Cup football, you win the game, so we did that. Objective achieved. First half, I thought there was lots of good stuff. Many changes. 2 goals to the good. Michael Frey gets the first one. Really brilliant team goal. A really good finish. Then we have a couple of chances to really put our foot down and go further ahead. So, the second half, poor goal we give away from our mistake. It happens, and we didn't seem to be able to stem the tide when Cambridge got. I have to give Cambridge a load of credit. I thought they were excellent on the night, and on another day they probably could win the game. But we did. We're in the next round, and looking forward to the next tie.
And that then set us up perfectly for the trip to Bramall Lane. Almost similar, we sort of carried on that negativity into the start of the game at Bramall Lane. 2-0 down after 15 minutes is never a great start, but we managed to pull it around.
Again, just like Cambridge, and a mixed game of two halves, the old cliche, but Sheffield United, listen, you're going to go there, their first home game, league game of the season. I know they played in midweek, but first a big crowd right behind them. Anytime you go away, you've got to try and start the game well or quieten the crowd. Unfortunately, we didn't do that. We're 1 down in the 7th minute and 2 down in the 14th, and you're thinking, okay, could be a long way back here, but we've seen it time and time again in recent months that the team, they keep going right to the end. They never know when they're beaten. The next goal was always going to be important, the 2-0. If it goes 3-0, probably the game might be over. 2-1, you're right back in the game. And we got back in the game and, kept pushing.
Talk us through those 2 goals. The first one from Jimmy Dunn, a header from a corner from Debele's cross. And then the other new signing, Koki Sato, was involved setting up Lyndon for the equaliser, which is a nice feeling when these 2 new signings...
Well, it's great. You've already said, about signings. Sometimes it just clicks. But sometimes it needs quite a bit of time. Certainly if players are moving from country to country, it's bad enough when you go from club to club in England, but it's always nice when new players come into the team and make an impact. I thought Karamoko was probably a real shining light on the day. You could see he's going to be a really good player for us. I know the club worked incredibly hard to get both of them over the line, so well done on that aspect. And for them both to play a part in the goals will do them the world of good. Will do the fans the world of good, having seen them and seen what they can offer. So the first one, great delivery, great run from Jimmy, near post header. Then he just sensed, could we go on and get something from the game? And Cato comes on, plays his part. Really good finish from Lyndon. And you know what? We go away probably feeling like we won the game from where we were. So a really good point, especially from where we are. But we take the positives.
And for the 1,200 QPR fans that had made the trip to South Yorkshire, it was a rewarding feeling for them to sticking by the team. They could have easily almost at half time, you know what, we've had enough, let's go.
But what we've seen in the last couple of years is the fan base home and away been absolutely incredible. They've stayed with the team, they've backed the team. They seem to sense moments when they really need to get behind the team, and they did that Saturday. But we're brilliant again. What do we have? Over 1,200 travelling up there, stuck with the team, and they got their rewards. And great to see their boys celebrating with them afterwards. Yeah, it's only a point, but from where we were after 14 minutes, it probably felt a little bit more. So well done. And because of that, we move on to this week and sessions like this, and leading up to the Saturday game against Plymouth, full of optimism.
And obviously we're seeing it's open training, preparations are ready for Plymouth on Saturday. How important is it for you to play here at Loftus Road rather than use your training setting to get used to the pitch and the feel for it?
I used to love coming to the stadium. I would have trained at the stadium every day of the week, you know, the stand, and certainly when you see fans, and I know you can't, but an open training session is really, really important, you know, gets the fans in, gets them close to the players will go and have photographs and sign autographs, also give the fans a little insight into what Marty and all the coaching staff do. So really, really important days, and I'm delighted to be here as well.
And someone that's played a part over the last few seasons, as well as he'll obviously play a part this year, is midfielder Sam Field. How important is he to Marty's side?
I think Sam, what has he been here now, 3-4 years? I think he's, you know, his game output is excellent, so you know you can rely on him to churn out the games. You know, I thought the back end of last season when all the players stepped up, but I thought Sam in particular, in a couple of goals against West Brom, he scored against Leeds as well in that brilliant evening that we had in April. Sam's done incredibly well. Great kid, works hard, wants to improve, delighted to be here, wears the shirt with pride. It's everything we want here at QPR.
Sets us up perfectly. We caught up with midfielder Sam Field, who joined us just after the training session here at Match Day Loftus Road. We're joined by midfielder Sam Field following open training. Sam, how are you?
Yeah, really well, thanks. It's been a good day today, nice weather, people watching, so it's been a good day overall.
It's always nice to see the fans here in W12, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Look, we want to make this ground, you know, difficult for away players, but home for the home players. So fans coming today, we really appreciate it. It means a lot, to be honest, because we're going to need them all season. So yeah.
Me and Since were chatting before. How important is it for the lads to get a feel for the ground here?
I think so, definitely. You know, there's quite a few new faces in, and I think it really helps just getting them an understanding of the pitch. It's quite tight. It's, you know, it's on you. But we try and use that to our advantage. So I think it's really good. You know, it's a good pitch. The more we play on it, the better we get on it, I always think. So
let's reflect back. Start of the season against your former side, West Brom. Not quite the start that we wanted, was it?
No, not really. The first 15-20 minutes were positive, but it's a 90-minute game. It's not a 20-minute game. So look, we're disappointed with that. There were positives, there was negatives as well, and I think it was a bit of a wake-up call. We've said that. And then, you know, last week Cambridge, that wasn't easy as well. Those games can be really difficult, which they proved out to be. But there are positives. There are a lot of positives. So we've just got to keep building on that and working on it. We won't be the finished article in August. We're hoping to be, you know, the finished article.
I think that's an important point, Sam. We last season did brilliantly. That's gone. You got to part that. You start again. It's a new squad coming together. There's new signings. Maybe a little bit of time for everyone to bed in. Do you think that's an important thing to consider?
Definitely. I think we're in a little bit of a transitional period, and we want those lads. We all know they've got quality. They've shown it already. We just want to embed them into the team. And look, that might take a little bit of time, but
of course.
It's a long season, and we've shot off and been top in October and survived by the skin of our teeth. So we know it's a long season, but I think maybe there has to be a little bit of patience with the team, but there are good signs, and that's what gives me confidence.
Yeah, good.
And was that second half at Sheffield United, was that one of those good signs that you're talking about?
Yeah, definitely. I was just saying earlier, we're top of the mountain or bottom of the ditch. We've got to find somewhere in between, and look, that's been QPR since I've come in. We've got to find a middle, because if we go in 0-0 half time, we might win that game 2-0. So frustrating, but the signs are there, and if we can do that 2-0 down away at Sheffield United, who are probably
Well,
one of the favourites. Yeah, it's a great point.
In reflection, certainly at half time, we would have taken that. That's a great point. Because I think Sheffield United are going to get better and better as the season goes. So to go there, get a point, play really well in the second half, almost play them off the park to a degree, bodes well.
Yeah, definitely.
And we saw the new lads as well making an impact. How have they been since they've come in?
Obviously, they haven't had much time. We all understand when you come in, it's a whirlwind, everything's going on, and fair play to them. They've settled in. They're really good lads. And I think we've seen, sparks. Caddy was something special that game, but I know Koki coming in, Jonathan as well. They've shown the potential in training. They've shown it. We know it's coming, so it's not a worry if it wasn't there straight away. It's going to come, and they're good players, and they're just going to help the squad.
And the QPR fans will get a proper taste of them here on Saturday against Plymouth. What are your thoughts sort of heading into that one?
The manager's already touched on it. It's, you think, good point away from home, Plymouth at home. Maybe they haven't started great, it'll be easy. No, it'll be classic championship, it'll be tough game. So he's already got our mindset on it, and we know it's a big game, and we want to kick off the season with a win at home and get going then, and just start the ball then, to be honest. So we know it won't be easy.
And that kick-starts a hectic EFL schedule, doesn't it? With obviously Plymouth on the Saturday, Luton Tuesday, Luton away on Friday. Yeah. This is what you love, isn't it?
It gets you straight back into it. So I've missed it. I've missed it so much. So
nothing better than playing. Do all the training in the world. Get pre-season out of the way. Let's start for it.
I don't like pre-season. It's I've never felt so slow and so stiff in my life. But when you get going, it's like this when you feel like you're in it. And I think another game in the cup is brilliant. It builds momentum. And the manager was dead right. He said, "We come to Cambridge, we want to win this game." So that's the mentality we need, and I know we've got Luton in a double header, which is quite strange, but we'll be looking to win both games for sure.
What's your sort of expectation for the season? Do you have targets for yourself? You don't have to share them if you don't want. But
to be honest, I'd like to see myself as a team player, and I think if the team do well, I do well, and I just try and help in my own way. If I concentrate on everyone else, I forget about myself. So I just try and help the team and know what my role is. And look, some games sometimes you're a 10 out of 10, sometimes you're a 4 out of 10. But if you're helping the team, you do it 100 times over. So for me, I just take it a game at a time. I think you can go from a hero Saturday to a villain Tuesday. So I try and not worry too much about targets. I just try my best, and I'd like to think most of the time that works. Some might argue not, but.
Sam, thank you and good luck on Saturday.
No,
all the best of the season.
Cheers, fellas. Cheers, Andy. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
So since that was Sam Field, he is going to play a big part for us this season under Martin Fuentes, isn't he?
I've already said, I think Sam's been a big player for 3 or 4 years. I think he's consistent in what he does, always honest the way he trains, honest the way he plays, honest the way he speaks, and really good kid, and as you say, he's got a vital role to play within the squad and the team.
We touched on it with him as well, but Plymouth on Saturday, they don't come easy in the Championship, but another massive game here in W12, isn't it?
Every game is a challenge, regardless who you play and where you play. In the Championship, is so unforgiving. If you're not at it in football terms, you'll come unstuck and you'll get beat. So I think the vast majority of the people in the stadium will come on Saturday expecting us to win. We got to embrace that. We got to look forward to that. But we know we've got to perform somewhere near our best or at our best to get the result that we want. So Plymouth, tough game.
We saw back at the end of last season at Home Park, wasn't it, the draw with them, how difficult and what a tough opposition. Obviously, new manager in charge now with Wayne Rooney, but that's the threat that they pose. They've got some good players, haven't they?
Well, if you wind the clock back even earlier, when they came here earlier in the season, I know they had a different manager, but I thought for 25 minutes they played outstanding. They had a man sent off, and we then got on top. But no, they've got good players. They're a well-drilled team. New manager, they got off to a poor start, and I think he had one or two things to say to them to get a reaction, and he has. So now we look forward to it, but we're going to have to be at our best to win the game.
So obviously we're here in W12, it is the open day, hence the music and the atmosphere is almost buzzing in here a little bit. But do you have a message for the supporters on Saturday as they turn to Loftus Road for only the second time?
The QPR fans, I've said it, and I've said it time again over the last few seasons in particular, have been absolutely amazing, immense, tremendous. You can use any word that you want. The new season, optimism's high. So the team, Marty, everyone at the club, they need everyone to get behind them again. Let's make this place The old cliche of fortress, bring your colours, bring your scarves, bring your voices, get behind the team, roll the boys on. Come on, yours.
Amazing, Since. You go and sign some autographs.
Thank you.
This has been the Rangers Report, as always. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.